What's good with it in the hood with it? Welcome back to the collective clips where you already know. We get it in. But before we get it in, let's hit that like and subscribe button. Put the notification bell on all so that way you're directing the direction of the dope content that the gun stays speaking on, right? And I appreciate all the support. I'm very humbled by it. Let's get to the intro. Welcome back to the channel. Are you guys ready for the Super Torta Part 8 that you've been sitting on and waiting on, and I've been sitting on and not waiting on, but I'm going to do it. Shout out to my homeboy Star Wanderer. This is for him. This is my word, my palabra, my promise. He said, where's Part 8, homie? I've been waiting. I said, I got you mañana. Today is mañana, and now I got you. Dispensa la tira. Con permiso. Let's go, right? So if you guys recall, in the last episode, everything was going all right. Everything was going to see all right. My baby's mother, right, was doing her thing. It was kind of off and on and off, depending upon what she had going on. I knew she was doing some things with some guys, but she never really let me know. She was the type that she knew I would J-cat out and flip out, because with her, that was my real true love. My ex-wifey, she had an old man, and she let me know all the time, right? She was like, oh, man, I knock on her door like, hey, trip out. Let me stay over here tonight, man. I was partying with the homeboys last night. I'm fucking tired. She was like, I'm fucking sore and shit. I'm like, what happened? You're doing yoga or what? Nah, it's like right here in my inner thighs. You want me to rub it or what? And what do you mean sore on your inner thighs? I don't know. Ever since I got with my old man, I've been sore as fuck. I never used to be like this when I was with you. What? Right? She'd be putting me on blast for real. She wanted me to know. That was her way of like letting it sink in. So anyways, from time to time, going to her pad and staying there, we developed a friendship. That's what we should have developed before we got married. See, in the beginning, we didn't develop a friendship. We developed a fuck shit, right? I was just that motherfucker tearing it up, trying to get her as sore as she was getting with the white dude, but it didn't seem to work, right? But in the midst of all that, and because her parents applied the pressure because they were religious to get married, we had gotten married, and we were not friends. So I implore to you, in order to have a real life sustainable marriage, you need to become best friends first, or at least good friends, very good friends, confidants, someone you can trust, someone you can build a relationship with and have a team. You guys got to be a team. The teamwork will make the dream work. If not, you're just going to keep on California dreaming. I was on dream mode, right? I was on straight Nightmare on Elm Street mode, dream catchers, right? Meanwhile, she was dreaming of a man that could fulfill her every desire, and I was dreaming of her and a couple of her primas that could fulfill my every desire. Speaking of her primas, right? So we end up becoming friends. And in doing so, we stopped really lightweight fucking with each other for a while, because it was like, I'm cool now, right? Even her old man was cool with me. He'd walk in, give me a high five. He trusted me. Hey, I got to a point where I was sleeping on her couch with my ex and listening to disturbing noises going on in the room, and knowing every wall he was touching, like having been there, having hung my posters on them walls, right? I knew exactly what was going on in there. And then I started hearing noises that I had never heard before. And then I knew it was time for me to go, because at that point, I was getting a little jealous. I was getting, you know what I'm saying? Just let me put it in. Just let me put it in once. And I was like, she never let me put it in, right? I was in that motherfucker disgruntled. Anyways, I would come back from time to time whenever I needed a place to stay, and she let me because she was the homegirl at this point. So one day, I happened to go to her pad, and there's 4 of the baddest chicks I done seen in a minute. And I'm trying to be all up in it. So I'm right there. Hey, I need a place to stay tonight. She was like, oh, man, my primas are down from L.A. They're like kicking it. And she's like, yeah, you never told me you have primas from L.A. when we were together. She was like, yeah, because I know how you are. Well, guess what? I ain't changed, man. What's happening, right? So I'm like, I'm going to be needing to stay here for, how long are they staying here for? They're here for a week. Well, I need to stay for a week and a half, because I'm going to need to bask in the ambience of my afterglow when I'm done, right? So she's like, don't be trying to get at my primas in front of me. I said, I thought you were the homie. Are you kidding me? You being there? No, I've never did that before. What about that? Use the Vaseline, right? And then the fucking dude peeking his head out like, hey, bro, can you go to the bathroom, throw the Vaseline? How do you think I felt? When I'm like, damn, bro, like that. Can I introduce myself? She was like, it ain't even like that. That's my old man. We've been going together for 3-4 months. Man, we were going together for 3 or 4 months, and you still never even gave me the option. Remember when you said, oh, that's an Audi, not an Indy? I was like, bitch, we're not talking about belly buttons, right? We're not talking about lit 420 that wants men in them. We're not talking about that. So anyways, you have to watch the live to understand that line. I'm sure he'll never forget. So anyways, she was like, all right, just don't be trying anything with my primas, right? So there was one in particular. See, at this time, I'm going to keep it real with you. Nowadays, I'm into women that just got body. I think we all are. Instagram started and changed our minds, right? But back then, I liked them a little bit thicker than a Snicker. I liked women that were a little bit overweight. That was just my thing. I was into it. I'm thin, so I like thick. You know what I'm saying? I like to walk around looking like the number 10. That was me. Add 111. There we go. Voila, right? So this chick was almost to the point she was like one function away from just being too thick, right? And I enjoyed that. And I was on her. She was beautiful. Hey, she had big old fucking Los Angeles with like a little angel thing right here. I was like, ooh, hey, shorty, you're my angel. You're my darling. Hey, right? I was on it. Believe me. And she was feeling your boy. And she knew, they knew more about me than I knew about them. They knew that we were married before. They knew, how big my shit was. They knew, when my breath stunk early in the morning before I brushed my teeth twice, right? They knew every single thing about me. Yet I had not heard a lot about them, which made for the perfect recipe because they either wanted to fuck with me or they didn't. And 3 of them were like, oh, hell no, that's a dirty dick motherfucker. The other one was like, just the way I like them. And I was like, that's the way I have to be because that's the way she likes it. Da-da-da-da. I was getting my Johnny Kemp on. I just got paid. It was Friday night. Didn't have no job, but I still got paid, right? And I was about to continue to get paid with this chick. And if her three primas decided that they wanted to get involved, plus the older prima, which was my ex-wife, also was size gay. I had a couple inches for each of them. You know what I'm saying? You divide it. Well, here, toma, there's one Costco hot dog, and you guys all take a bite. So in doing so and saying so, we started to chop it up, me and this chick. And my ex seen it, and she started to get a little jealous. So I was like, damn, man, I can't do this without her blessings. I'm an asshole, but not with a capital A, right? So I went into the kitchen. She was chopping some carrots, and she was chopping them motherfuckers hard, looking at me like, doop, doop. Every time she did, I bounced back. Oh, shit, right? Her old man's in there all goofy, a white dude. Hey, babe, what are you making? She's like, I'm making a pot roast. That's right. He's over there looking at the fat chick, too. The same one I was looking at, like, damn, she's fine. I'm like, get your fucking dirty white paws off of her, brother, right? We're gonna have white splattered wood juice all over this motherfucker. I'm fighting for that one, right? I got to get her first. Then you can have her just like the other one. Yes. So meanwhile, we're all kicking it, having drinks, and I go into the kitchen and I tell her, hey, I'm feeling your prima and shit, man. Is that bad? She's like, I already know. And I said, let me get your blessings. She said, she ain't going to fuck with you unless I tell her she can, because she's not like you. And I'm thinking to myself, her hand was literally wrapped around my whole, she had my shit like this already, right? I was like, oh, yeah, she ain't like that. Wink, right? And she was like, I could set you up with her, though. She said, but if I do, me and you can never be together again, like ever. I said, well, I thought that we were at that point. There was still action? She was like, there's always going to be action. You remember that one time we were pillow talking and we said, no matter who we're with, we're always going to be together? I said, I don't recall that conversation at this point, but maybe I will after I'm done hitting that. Like it's, you gotta repeat it. Repeat yourself, right? Because I forget. I'm very forgetful when I see nalga. I don't know about other men. Women, earmuff this. Men, let's keep it real, homies. When we see a big nalga, we lose all equilibrium. Hey, V8 juice can't fix our shit. You know what I'm saying? So we're walking crooked and shit. You know what I'm saying? You know, remember how you have to tuck in, put your shirt over it when you're walking around Kmart? That's me, right? When you see a baby mama, I see a fly baby mama, all of a sudden I have to put my shit up right here. You know what I'm saying? And my abs look like they got an extra bump. I'm just being real. You know what I'm saying? If your shit ain't right here, you're losing. So I'm like, hey, hook me up with her. And she was like, I'll chop it up with her. So instead of being like smooth, because my game is like smooth. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, kiss my stomach, kiss my stomach. That's my game, right? This chick will put you on blast. She's like, hey, come in here. My ex-husband wants to be with you. I'm like, and she already knows this, but god damn, man, your other primas, they're mean mugging. These other chicks, they were from LA. They were like Southside, Soul Gang, right? They were different. They didn't like me. I took the shirt off and they're like, do you got Buster tattoos? I was like, damn. Why? But since when do you chicks? Well, my old man was locked up. He told me about you, Valtos. What did he tell you? He said he got into it with you. That's right. You want to get into it with me? Shit, stop. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm trying to get in between, not my mug on mean. It's just chill. I was in there feeling bombarded. The white dude's sitting there all goofy, like, hey, bro, you guys want to watch Bad Girls Club? Like, what? And so he was happy because he was entering a cave that I've never entered, right? He was involved in some shit I never was able to get involved in. I digress. It eventually happened. That's another episode. Anyways, hey, be good. I got dogs over here ready to fight. They hear about some cave that you can go in, and literally there's a male and a female dog right here testing them waters. So as I'm kicking it, she pulls her prima to the side. She's telling her, so she's setting me up with her. Okay, it's all good in the hood. She did not tell me that this was a married woman to a high-powered ass Southsider from Los Angeles, California, that just happened to be on his way to the pad. Nor did she tell me, for content purposes, that this motherfucker was really with the business and I better fucking cut out and get somewhere. Okay, nor did she tell him there's a fucking bum-ass norteño, myself at the time, that doesn't have $2 in his pocket, but has a Tech 22 under the couch laying right there. No one's getting told anything. It seems like we're about to have man problems, right? You know what I'm saying? We're all trying to get the man up inside the cave, but we got man cave problems. So the chick's on me. She's like, yeah. So she pulls me to the side. She's like, hey, my prima likes you, whatever. Look, you guys got my blessings. I ain't tripping. He's my ex, but you know me, go on to the next. And I'm looking at the white dude sitting there all stuck, looking at Bad Girls Club. Two Africana chicks are fighting on things. He's like, mesmerized. I'm like, yeah, that's what you settled for? That's right, Wood. If it ain't white, it ain't right. I see you like the two black chicks right there. And so I ain't gonna lie, we start to kick it. We're kicking it. And the other chicks, they keep looking at me. And then one of them, I said, well, what's up? It's the prima. She goes, you don't know, huh? I know, huh? Right? You don't know, huh? And I said, no, I don't know, huh? I don't know, huh? Or Han or any of those motherfucking Asians. What are you talking about, right? She says, you don't know that our prima has a husband? And I look at her like that mattered at that point, right? I'm not a home wrecker, but I'll wreck the inside of your home, right? And I'm like, and she was like, but we're split up. Split up from as long as it takes to get to Merced from LA. That's how long they were split up for. You know what I'm saying? Because she went to go visit her prima in Big Bad, Northern California, right? And he said, don't trip me out when I get off work from Beacons, the gas station. That's old school. People don't remember Beacons. I'll be there, right? So they were split up from that time to that time. Here I am, me like a dummy. I'm taking her word for it. We're split up. Well, fuck, can I split it up too? Shit, I'm trying to split it in. And her primas are like, okay, watch. You don't know. About an hour later, we're kicking back. Hey, she had made some bomb-ass food, a pot roast we're eating, right? My ex-wife. And she's mean mugging me. Every time she walks by me, she's like, if. I said, and if what? And if I could put it in your butt? I mean, come on now. Don't hate on me when you hooked it up. She was like, nah, it seemed like you hooked yourself up already. Little what did anyone know? It wasn't even 10 minutes before I was in the bathroom getting to my mom talking about, hey, we're running out of toilet paper because I couldn't wipe my shits. But anyways, we're trying to get into a deeper discussion, right? So as I'm kicking back there with the chick, boom, 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 task force. I'm like, oh, no. It wasn't a task force. No. I wish it would have been. It was a Southsider force, right? 3 sureños. And I mean real ones. Not the ones you see in Atwater. Shout out to Atwater. But I'm talking about motherfuckers from Los. Tatted from the motherfucking, they had a skull cap from the top of their eyebrows all the way to the back of their spine, right? Tattooed, big, you know what I'm saying? Dodger fucking jersey. One of them had a gray khaki fucking creased up. I ain't seen creases that good since YA. I was like, no. The white dude jumps up, gives one of them a hug. What's up, brother? Knows them, right? Because he had met them. This motherfucker was supposed to be my partner. You're fucking my ex-wife. Tell me what's going on here. Wood, help me out. He's like, you're on your own, brother. Speaking of on your own, this bitch is supposed to fight this bitch the next episode. I'm like, fuck. Right? So I'm sitting there. And I'm next to this chick, and she moves over hella quick. She stands up, and he's like, hey, what's up, mija? Gives her a big old kiss. I'm talking about, I know that he could smell my chorna on her breath. He should have been able to. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know about the Pall Malls he was smoking. Anyways, immediately, these vatos are looking at me, and it was like Joker, Baby Joker, and Little Joker. Remember from fucking Friday? You know what I'm saying? Hey, what's up, babe? They're looking at me, and they're like, what's up, ese? And you know me, I've always been old school. So if you say esse to me, I'm going to say esse back for esse purposes, right? So they're like, what's up, esse? I said, what's up, esse? They said, oh, that's right, homie. Where you from, camarada? And I was like, I'm from Marin. They said, where you from, esse? You know, why do Southsiders do that? They get all mean. Where you from, esse? Yeah, I'm from Marin. I didn't hear that, esse. I said, I'm from Merced, where we're at. They're where I'm from. He said, oh, yeah, is that right? You banging shit? And I was thinking he meant, did I bang his old lady? I was like, Charlie, You know what I'm saying? I didn't bang her. You know what I'm saying? He was like, what'd you say? I said, I'm not a banger. Hey, look, hey, you got to play. But remember, I have a Tech 20 Dizzle that I've been sleeping with under there. So I'm really not scared. I'm scared. I'm going to keep it real. I keep it real on my channel. I'm not scared. I'm anxious. Is that the word to use? Right? I'm upset. I'm anxious. My equilibrium is out of whack. My spine hurts. You know what I'm saying? Any other word but scared, because scared just seems scary, right? I'm concerned. There's a lot of concentration and concerning alarm. There's alarms and bells and whistles going off in my head. One that says run, run, run. The other one that says fuck that, homie, get yours, right? Kill everything in this house. You know what I'm saying? But fuck before you do, right? So what about these other two dudes? They're like with the primas, but not like really with them. He just brought his homeboys to hook up with the chicks. So this is like his chick and her primas. And then one of them's already looking at my ex-wife, and she's walking funny because she's all bruised up, and the white dude's just looking at him. And I'm like, damn, there's a lot going on right now. This would be the best time to say, should I throw the trash, right? And just not come back? But I'm like, fuck him. I'm gonna stand the ground type steak, motherfucker, right? So I'm sitting right there, and he's like, he's with his old lady. He's like, what's up, meow? What are you guys eating? It smells good. So my ex-wife, oh, you guys want to play? Acting all fucking piruja. You know what I'm saying? All fucking, anyway, let me go change my shorts for the occasion, right? All of a sudden, you see nothing but bruises on her butt, right? I'm like, I'm sitting there, the northerner. They called me the fish out of water, right? I need to keep my fucking shirt on. And as I'm sitting there, that chick now, she's all on that dude. She was just on my shoulder. And then one of the other chicks says, damn, like that bitch, you're a hood hopper, right? Now, these are Southside chicks, so they're different from like Northern California chicks. Northern California chicks like talk different. They'd be like, hey, you want me to suck your shit? Right? The Southsider chicks are like, hey, you want me to suck it, eh? Right? They're different. So she's like, hey, she's looking, she's like, you're a hood hopper. She says it to the chick. She's like, what are you talking about? She's like, you'll go from the north to the south, eh? Right? That's their prima. She wants to put her prima on blast without putting her on blast, right? And I'm saying, man, you're about to get blasted if you put her on blast, because as soon as they come with me, I'm doing tango blast. If you ain't blasting, you ain't lasting, and guess what? And I know these Southsiders have knives on them. Name a Mexican from LA that hasn't carried a knife. This was the late 90s. There was knives. I'm telling you, there was knives. You know what I'm saying? Actually, it was 98. It was right before I went to prison. There was knives involved. So as I'm sitting there and she says that, and the chick says, shut up, you're stupid, right? And kind of gives her the look like, bitch, he'll beat me up, right? And I'm like, man, he'll beat me up too. There's three of them. And I'm right there. And one of the dudes is like, hey, why were you sitting next to this vato though when I came in? Like, he's not dumb, but he's dumb to ask a question like that. And that was my cue to get up and grab my thing. So I grabbed my thing and make sure one of them seen it. I had like a baggy jersey on, right? I had a Raiders jersey. And so when I grabbed it, I put it right here. I wanted them to see it, you know what I'm saying, for spooky purposes. So one of them seen it, I could see him get at his homeboy, like, hey, what the guy something, eh? And so I look at my baby's mom, I mean, not my baby's mom, but my wife, my ex-wife, and I just look at her and I shake my head. I say, this is fucked up, right? And she looks at me and she's like, call me. So I'll tell the guys, hey, it's nice meeting you, mucho gusto, Holmes. I got a jam. And they're like, hey, that's right, eh? And I said, we're going to be right here, though. And I said, yeah, hey, make sure no one touches my pillow. You know what I'm saying? Don't get no mecos on it. I'm gone. I look at that chick like, dusted and disgusted. See, bitches can't be trusted. You know the rules. And as I leave, right, I call my ex and I'm like, go in the bathroom, right? She's like, I am. What's up? I said, damn, why don't you tell me fucking? She was like, that's on you, fool. You wanted the hookup. I said, I'd set you up. I said, yeah, but there's a difference between setting me up with a chick and setting me up with fucking some Southsiders. Like, she's like, nah, I didn't even know they were going to come. I said, yeah, you did. You opened that door quick. It's funny how you went and changed it to them jean shorts, the ones that I like, that shows your whole shit. You changed it to those 5 minutes before they came. Like, you knew they were coming. She's like, hey, fool, don't speak on that. I said, orale, Miss LA, all of a sudden, right? You're from Porterville, bitch, stop. So we're arguing lightweight over the phone. I said, look, call me when them fools leave, right? And she was like, but they're going to leave with them. I said, I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to go to sleep. So she calls me a couple hours later. She's like, hey, they got into a big old thing and then fools left. I said, they're not coming back. She said, nah, hell no, they're gone. Shit. What do you guys know? What do you guys think the gun did? Shit, I went over there with 3 homeboys and we fucked everything moving. I'm telling you guys right now, the white dude was in there like, hey, where's my girl? My homeboy, my black homeboy had her in the bathroom like, you know what I'm saying? Hey, I got the prima, he got the ex-wifey. Switch. Come on, Bilal, save the breath. Let's go. Anyways, with that being said, there's part 8, but don't worry, part 9 is going to hit you with the rewind, right? Definitely everything was going good, but what happened after that? Did we continue to be good friends? Did I continue to dib and dabble? I'm going to let you guys know right now. The gun can't stop because he won't stop and he don't stop. With that being said, thumbs up or thumbs down. Heavy's going to be the head that wears the crown. I'm going to continue to strive, struggle, and strive for what I truly believe in, and that's the betterment of all people. Now, for those of you that are going to get in my comments and say, damn, you were scared of those Southsiders. 3 big, bald dudes with a lot of tattoos and knives sticking out of their ass? Yep. I was very alarmed. I was very alarmed until they seen that Tech 22, and then their bells and whistles started going off. And that's the bottom line. If you like this, hit a 1. If you don't, hit a 2, and we'll stop doing it, right? Because Gun said so. Happy birthday to the homeboy Star Wanderer.